China continues to be one of the top destinations for teaching abroad because of high salaries and high demand. In this video, I'll share the basics of what it takes to teach in China to help you decide if this is the right country for your teach abroad adventure. The basic requirements to teach in China are to have a 4-year bachelor's degree unless you studied in the UK, Australia, or New Zealand. In that case, you only need a 3-year degree. You need a passport from the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, the UK, or South Africa, a clean criminal background check, and you have to be under 55 for women and 60 for men because this is the official retirement age. You also need a TEFL certificate of at least 120 hours, and if you haven't taught before, I recommend getting a course that has teaching practice as part of your course. If you need a recommendation, then check out the description box for courses that I recommend. If you want to teach in international schools or universities in China, then you'll need to be an actual certified teacher, not just have a TEFL certificate. This would be, for example, to have a US teaching license for any state, or to have a qualified teacher status in the UK. If you're a non-native speaker, then I recommend trying to teach a different subject like math or science in international schools, but you must be a certified teacher to do this. There are a few different types of schools where you can teach English in China. The first kind are training centers, and you can think of these as language schools. This is a perfect option for new teachers because you're going to be teaching a variety of different levels and ages, and the class sizes are going to be a lot smaller than some of the other options. For these classes, they're typically either one-on-ones or small group classes, and they're going to be held outside of regular school hours. So this might look like nights and weekends, although there might be some options during school hours too. Public schools and kindergartens are another option if you just have a degree and a TEFL, but class sizes can be absolutely huge, from 30, 40, even 50 students in your class. So this is going to be better for teachers that already have some teaching experience. To teach in international schools and universities, you need to have an actual teaching license in most cases. International schools typically pay well, but it's actually better if you're certified in a different subject like math or science than English or ESL because you'll be more in demand. And be careful because not all international schools in China are of equal quality, so you want to research the schools very carefully before accepting your job offer. Universities don't pay very well, and this is because you teach fewer hours. But if you're looking for an experience where you can travel more or learn the local language, then this could be a good option. Pay varies a lot depending on the type of school and the location. International schools and training centers in larger cities typically tend to pay the best. Universities pay the lowest, and kindergartens and public schools are in between. According to a blog post from International TEFL Academy, first-time teachers in China can expect to make between $1,250 and $2,850 US per month. And some teachers are even able to save up to 20,000 USD per year. Teachers in China typically receive a lot of benefits. This can look like free accommodation, flight reimbursements, finishing bonuses, paid holidays, and health insurance. If you need some help getting your Teach Abroad adventure started, then fill out my survey linked below and I'll email you back with some helpful links. To find a teaching position in China, you can either do it yourself or go through a recruiter. If you want to do it yourself, you're going to look on different international job boards, or you can apply directly to schools. You can also look on Facebook. There are different groups for teachers who are looking for positions in China. And if you know someone who's currently teaching in China, they can actually refer you to their school. If you prefer to go through a recruiter, this is actually going to be free for you and it can save you a lot of time. Recruiters are also going to help you with the interview process and the visa process too. This is quite common in China and it's not like this in all countries, so I would say take advantage of this. If you would like the links for different recruiter websites and international job boards, then check out my blog post, which is linked down below. Whether you're finding jobs yourself or you're going through a recruiter, I recommend reading different reviews about the school and trying to talk to a current foreign teacher working at that school, just to make sure that it's a good fit for you. Your school is going to sponsor your work visa, which is called a Z visa. In some cases, your school might try and give you a different visa, especially if they're trying to get you to start working with them quite quickly, but please be careful. The most common visa for teaching English in China is the Z visa. Once you've been given a job offer, your school will be able to sponsor your visa. You'll need to go to your nearest Chinese consulate to begin this process, and there's a lot of different documents that you'll need to gather, and some of them need to be certified. I'll link a blog post from International TEFL Academy down below that has a ton of details about the documents that you'll need. China is a popular destination for teaching abroad because of high salaries, the ability to save money, a variety of ways to teach, travel opportunities, and demand for English teachers. If you want to immerse yourself in a completely different culture, then teaching in China is a great option. If you are a foodie, China is a fantastic location for trying new things. Some of the cons of teaching in China include pollution levels in larger cities, difficulty learning local languages, long hours depending on where you are teaching, and culture shock for new teachers. To learn more about teaching in China, check out my blog post where I've linked other helpful websites and videos. My goal is to give you the information, tools, and confidence you need to have the best experience abroad. If you'd like more help, then check out my one-on-one coaching, memberships, online courses, and freebies linked below. You can find me on Instagram at ESL Teacher 365, and if you'd like to learn about teaching in Spain, where I taught for 5 years, then you can check out this playlist next. Happy teaching!